Now, Nietzsche, and I know I'm not saying Nietzsche right, I'm supposed to say Nietzsche. So old Nietzsche. Nietzsche is known as the last philosopher, and I like reading Nietzsche quotes. Let's get some Nietzsche quotes going. But you know what I can't stand? I can't stand reading Nietzsche. Nietzsche, what the hell are you talking about? Oh my God, he's just going on and on about this and that, and it's like, do you even know what you're saying? No wonder you had a breakdown. None of your shit made any sense. That which does not kill us makes us stronger. Without music, life would be a mistake. He who has a why to live can bear almost anyhow. He who fights with monsters might take care lest he thereby become a monster, and if you gaze for long into an abyss, the abyss gazes also into you. To live is to suffer. To survive is to find some meaning in the suffering. There are no facts, only interpretations. I'm not upset that you lied to me. I'm upset that from now on, I can't believe you. One must still have chaos in oneself to be able to give birth to a dancing star. The surest way to corrupt a youth is to instruct him to hold in higher esteem those who think alike than those who think differently. Fantastic quotes. Okay, yeah, he came up with some, but what the hell is... Anyways, he's in the 1800s, and he's known as the last philosopher. It'd be awesome just to button up the entire Enlightenment with this guy, that guy, and here's... But if I'm going to add goddamn Friedrich Nietzsche, I'm going to have to add Einstein, Stephen Hawking, all the rest. 1700s. At the 1800? No. At the 1804, maybe. The Haitian Revolution. They didn't get... So they need at least a year of freedom to be able to, you know... So 1805. That's it. I'm cutting it off. I'm cutting the Enlightenment off at 1805. And there's actually there was somebody that wrote the Optics, Muslim, back in, 1000 or some shit. So there's been a lot of people that have written a lot of great shit. The European Enlightenment want to pretend like they come up with all this stuff. Oh, come on. Come on, the gulosity. The gulosity of these people. The greediness, the excessive appetite. It is just... So let's go ahead and mention the top 10 list. Thomas Hobbes, Thomas Jefferson, Rene Descartes, John Adams, Adam Smith, Machiavelli, Ben Franklin is number 4, Montesquieu, number 3, Jean-Jacques Rousseau, number 2, and number 1, Copernicus. Copernicus. Why? You got motherfuckers out here that is like, maybe the earth is flat. Yeah, or maybe that's a psychops to see how much dumb shit you'll fucking believe. How dumb are these motherfuckers? They believe that the earth is actually... You think we could get them to believe it? You think we could... What did Copernicus do? Well, he's the one that said, instead of thinking that the earth, the sun and the stars and the moon revolves around the earth, perhaps the earth revolves around the sun. Maybe we're not the center of all the universe, like you arrogant, egotistical fucks think. Yeah, to all the arrogant, egotistical fucks, the world, the universe, the sun does not revolve around you. It does not revolve around Earth, you stupid motherfuckers, you flat Earth motherfuckers. Nicholas Copernicus, Renaissance era mathematician, astronomer, he formulated a model of the universe that placed the sun, rather than the earth, at the center of the universe, which actually, that's not true. The universe, the center of the Milky Way is the black hole. What is it, Sagittarius something? The center of the universe, Copernicus? Anyways, after Copernicus said, hey guys, you're doing it all wrong. That just opened up the floodgates, and then eventually you're going to have, science and logic and reason is going to make a comeback. So we needed Copernicus to do that. So I guess I like Copernicus for several reasons. He's, actual science when it comes to, not just theory and the social contract or whatever, but actual, on the revolutions of the celestial spheres, de revolutionibus orbium coelestium. He triggered the Copernican revolution. He was a pioneer who contributed to the scientific revolution. The Copernican revolution was the paradigm shift from the Ptolemaic model of the heavens, which described the cosmos as having Earth stationary at the center of the universe, to the heliocentric model with the sun at the center of the solar system. Okay, that sounds better. The revolution consisted of two phases, the first being extremely mathematical, and the second phase starting in 1610 with the publication of a pamphlet by Galileo. Beginning with the publication of Nicholas Copernicus's De Revolutionibus Orbium Coelestium, contributions to the revolution continued until finally ending with Isaac Newton's work over a century later. Copernicus! He's the one that woke everybody else up. Copernicus woke everybody else. Jean-Jacques Rousseau, oh my goodness. What can I say about Jean-Jacques Rousseau? He's actually an Enlightenment thinker and a romantic, which I think the romantic, once you get the science and the reason down, then I think you could get romantic. But I feel like we fast forward past science straight to the romantic, and it was like, wait a second, did we get the science right? Jean-Jacques Rousseau. Jean-Jacques Rousseau wrote a bunch of stuff. Jean-Jacques Rousseau is the guy that said, hey, Thomas Hobbes, you're wrong. We're not born evil, we're born good. The state of nature is man is born good and society corrupts us. And that's, Jean-Jacques Rousseau is fucking fantastic. Jean-Jacques Rousseau is, his educational treatise, Emile, is required reading. His discourse on inequality and the social contract are apparently cornerstones of modern political and social thought. I remember having to read some of that shit, but it was Emile. Emile was like, what the fuck? He's got a sentimental novel, Julie or the New Heloise, which I never read. That'd be interesting. Emile on education, so his educational treatise. He also wrote Confessions, which is initiated the modern autobiography, The Unfinished Reveries of the Solitary Walker. So he's got some other shit there that I haven't read, but he's, people want to say he's like the father of the French Revolution when it comes to the Jean-Jacques Rousseau is a fucking badass. That's why I got him at number 2. Copernicus started it all, and he's kind of like some real science. There's several real science guys. Antoine, the founder of modern chemistry, Antoine Lavoisier, the founder of modern chemistry, is going to get killed, executed in the French Revolution. But Antoine Lavoisier, that's founder of modern chemistry. That's real fucking science. So it's not just, well, here's what I think about dreams. No, it's like, it's not like Wollstonecraft, The Education of Daughters, which I think actually if you're going to read Rousseau's Emile, you need to also read Wollstonecraft, Education of Daughters, to balance it out. So, Ben Franklin, Montesquieu, Diderot, Voltaire, they're important, but I'm not as impressed. Descartes, I think, therefore I am. It's really the only main thing about Descartes. Ben Franklin is a lot of Poor Richard's Almanac, U.S. Constitution, Declaration of Independence. Ben Franklin's a fucking beast. His electricity experiments. How come we all don't have lightning rods? Lightning rods. Ben Franklin, the bifocals. I feel like we should just, everybody should have bifocals and lightning rods. Robert Hooke, he was the founder of microscopy. And so it's like, Robert Hooke, you want to read some of Robert Hooke? The reason why I never got into Isaac Newton, his system of the world is just too complicated, too dense. I'm sure everybody was thinking he was the greatest thing ever, but then Einstein actually moved Newton, kind of out of the way, just like Newton had moved everybody else out of the way back in his time. And so I think there's Abraham Lincoln used to carry the elements, the book called The Elements, which is where all math comes from. And it came from Euclid. Euclid wrote The Elements. And I know it's an important book, but I've never actually cracked it open. But I know a lot of math. So I guess you don't really need Euclid, right? You have all these textbooks, and it's the ideas that matter, and then it's how you use the ideas. So, okay, you understand chemistry this way or that way, but you doing any experiments? What are you doing with that chemistry knowledge? So, Thomas Hobbes, Thomas Jefferson, Rene Descartes, John Adams, Adam Smith, The Wealth of Nations, Machiavelli, that's politics. You don't know shit about politics if you don't know Machiavelli. It's a pejorative now. But that's how important he is. To be Machiavellian means you're like draconian, cruel. Shrewd. Ben Franklin, Montesquieu, Jean-Jacques Rousseau, and Copernicus. Yeah, so Francis Bacon, you're an empiricist, right? But, everybody's an empiricist. Hume is an empiricist. Hobbes is an empiricist. You want an empiricist? Look at Hobbes. I put Thomas Hobbes on the list. Thomas Hobbes is on the list. Don't tell me I didn't. John Locke, Essays Concerning Human Understanding. Do you understand how slavery is wrong, John Locke, you stupid, evil fuck? Origins of Inequality, Social Contract, Confessions, Man is Born Good, The State of Nature. So Jean-Jacques Rousseau, The French Revolution, Emile on Education of Mankind. Jean-Jacques Rousseau says that there's a noble savage, like Native Americans. They were born good, and then civilization corrupted them and made them evil. Man is born good, and it's probably somewhere in the middle, right? Is man born evil, born good? But that's your continuum. Jean-Jacques Rousseau, Thomas Hobbes. So is man born evil, born good? Probably both, right? We got which wolf wins? It's an old Cherokee proverb. You got a good wolf and a bad wolf. The wolf that you feed. Beccaria wrote on crimes and punishments. He also said the greatest happiness by the greatest number of people. He is anti-torture, anti-death penalty. Beccaria is, awesome, utilitarian, way before his time. Rene Descartes, this is important because we just came out of darkness, we just got into the Enlightenment, and Rene Descartes says, I think, therefore I am, because Descartes is like, shit, we dream. Sometimes our perceptions can be wrong, sometimes our senses, sometimes people are colorblind, sometimes people are deaf, and so you can't always trust the senses, you dream, so you can't always trust your perceptions. Well, what are we? Are we even here? Are we all just part of the Matrix? Rene Descartes says, no, we're not just part of the Matrix. At the very least, we are thinking substances. Why? Because you can doubt everything, right? Doubt your sight, doubt your, the sounds and all your senses. That's what an empiricist believes. So, you can doubt all that. But what you can't doubt is that you're doubting. You're actively doubting. You can't doubt that you're doubting. Okay? It's all bullshit. All the perceptions are wrong. Maybe, maybe not. But you're thinking about it, you're doubting. And so, we can go ahead and scratch everything out, and pure logic teaches us one thing. We do exist. And maybe we're just a thinking substance. Maybe we're just some, we're in a pool of whatever, just attached and used as batteries, whatever, for the Matrix. But at the very least, we are thinking substances. But that's all logic. Pure logic can prove. So if you're going to, go on past that, then you're going to make some logical leaps. You're like, well, I'm going to assume That which I saw is what is actually going on. So, yeah. Observation. There's an assumption. Francis Bacon, Denis Diderot, Voltaire, Montesquieu. Montesquieu. I just want to make sure, Comenius, that I, at least say everybody's name. When you say the names of the dead, Robert Hooke, the founder of microscopy, so I guess Robert Hooke was big about looking at shit through a microscope and turn it into a science. What do? I'm the guy that looks through a microscope. What are you going to call it? Microscopy. Ben Franklin said, early to bed, early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. Ben Franklin says that you can do anything. It takes 1% inspiration, 99% perspiration. Poor Richard's Almanac, U.S. Constitution, Declaration of Independence. Kant's Critique of Pure Reason. Critique of Pure Reason? What the fuck is he going to say about reason? And then, what is enlightenment? God, Kant might actually be like a notable mention, because out of all these authors, I kind of want to read Kant a little bit more, because I want to throw some of these assholes out, like Helvidius, or Quesnay, or Renaud. Renaud was an abolitionist, but Renaud, Turgot, Lambert, Buffon, Gibbon, Herder, Holbach. Holbach was an atheist. He wrote The System of Nature, the first big atheist, de Holbach. Spinoza, oh, come on, Spinoza. Huygens, Herder, Gibbon, who the fuck are you people? Turgot, Comenius of the Law of War and Peace. So, what is enlightenment? What is enlightenment? What is enlightenment? Well, let's see. Let's read the next. Laziness and cowardice are the reasons why such a large part of mankind gladly remain minors all their lives, long after nature has freed them from external guidance. They are the reasons why it is so easy for others to set themselves up as guardians. It is so comfortable to be a minor. If I have a book that thinks for me, a pastor who acts as my conscience, a physician who prescribes my diet and so on, then I have no need to exert myself. I have no need to think. If only I can pay, others will take care of that disagreeable business for me. Those guardians who have kindly taken supervision upon themselves see to it that the overwhelming majority of mankind, among them the entire fair sex, should consider the step to maturity not only as hard, but as extremely dangerous. First, these guardians make their domestic cattle stupid and carefully prevent the docile creatures from taking a single step without the leading strings to which they have fastened them. Then they showed them the danger that would threaten them if they should try to walk by themselves. Now this danger is not really very great. After stumbling a few times, they would at last learn to walk. However, examples of such failures intimidate and generally discourage all further attempts. Let frugality and industry be our virtues. Fire our children with ambition to be useful. John Adams said in a letter to Abigail, liberty once lost is lost forever. If conscience disapproves, the loudest applauses of the world are of little value. I read my eyes out and can't read half enough neither. The more one reads, the more one sees we have to read. I fear that in every elected office, members will obtain an influence by noise, not sense, by meanness, not greatness, by ignorance, not learning, by contracted hearts, not large souls. There must be decency and respect. Go on and improve in everything worthy. Human passions unbridled by morality and religion would break the strongest cords of our Constitution as a whale goes through a net. The longer I live, the more I read, the more patiently I think, and the more anxiously I inquire. The less I seem to know. Do justly, love mercy, walk humbly. This is enough. Defeat appears to me preferable to total inaction. Because power corrupts, society's demands for more authority and character increase as the importance of the position increases. I will rouse up my mind and fix my attention. I will stand collected within myself and think upon what I read and what I see. I will strive with all my soul to be something more than persons who have less advantages than myself. Friendship is one of the distinguishing glories of man. From this I expect to receive the chief happiness of my future life. The smell of the midnight lamp is very unwholesome. Never defraud yourself of sleep nor your walk. The true source of our suffering has been our timidity. We've been afraid to think. Let us dare to read, think, speak, and write. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. So, should you go read Spinoza or Hugo Grotius or David Hume or Denis Diderot or Cesare Beccaria? I don't know. But I do know you should read Thomas Hobbes, Thomas Jefferson, Rene Descartes, John Adams, Adam Smith, Machiavelli, Niccolo Machiavelli, Ben Franklin, Montesquieu, Sam Montesquieu. What is Montesquieu's first name? I like Montesquieu. He's Madonna. Charles. Come on, Charles. Montesquieu. Why did you sully Montesquieu? Anything else? Anything else? Let's see. Anything else? I feel like there's some notes that I'm not. Rousseau, State of Nature, Hobbes, Everybody versus Everybody, Leviathan, Big Government, Biggest Good, Civil Society, maintains, holds the ideals of the Enlightenment, Denis Diderot, Voltaire, Hume, Adam Smith, John Locke, Montesquieu, The Spirit of Laws, Isaac Newton, Copernicus, Nietzsche. Nah, Nietzsche's not a part of it. Isaac Newton, yeah, well, Copernicus. We're going to go with Copernicus. Get rid of Isaac Newton. Let's just start, from scratch. Beccaria, Grotius, Spinoza, Kant, Leibniz. Yeah, Leibniz you won. You won Leibniz because Isaac Newton, that's before. I guess I'm okay with leaving Isaac Newton in the dust. And anything else? No, there you go. So America. If you got to read one author, just read Copernicus, okay? If you have to read one author, just read Copernicus, and that's it. Don't read anybody else, just Copernicus. If you want to read 9 other authors, Jean-Jacques Rousseau, Charles Montesquieu, Ben Franklin, Niccolo Machiavelli, Adam Smith, John Adams, Rene Descartes, Thomas Jefferson, and Thomas Hobbes. Okay, my ninja? You cool, my ninja? Hey, my ninja? That's what's up, my ninja. Peace.